of me. I'm a cigar man. 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 Big up, baby, you know I'm smoking. Cigar like a woman, round but not too firm. Even though it's smoking slow, fire'll get you burned. I'm a cigar man. Billy, oh honey, you know you got me smoking. Smoke them when they're short, smoke them when they're long. I like them when they're mellow, love them when they're strong. I'm a cigar man. Biggity, oh baby, you got me smoking. No money for the rent, got no gas in my car. I bought me $5, baby, got my cigar. I'm a cigar man. Biggity, oh honey, I'm smoking. I say I'm a cigar man. I'm a cigar man. Biggity, oh babe, I'm really smoking. Hey Slim.
Yo, man.
Light me up one of them double Coronas, will you?
I got the big one.
Yeah. I think when I go home, I'm gonna have me one of them Robustos.
Yeah, man.
From Nicaragua.
Say what? The country, huh?
Mexico.
Yeah, man.
The Dominican Republic.
Oh, I like that country.
Canary Islands.
Yeah. Take me there, man.
Yeah.
That sound catcher doesn't mean anything, does it? Yeah.
I think we're on YouTube.
Can you hear me, Bob? All right.
But now I have to do Facebook all over again.
Yes.
Because Facebook is Facebook.
I think we're getting Zuckerberged.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting Zuckerberg, folks. I'm not wearing this hat. It's too hot in here. My head's getting too hot.
Yeah, you can hear us now.
Yep. Oh, see, yeah, Facebook still isn't back up yet.
If I can hear you, they can hear you.
Well, everybody, I will just say, well, no, I won't talk about this weekend, but it was fun. It was lots of fun. Got to do a little fishing. John got pissed at me for fishing. But we did have some good rainbow trout out of the skillet. Yeah, what's that called? It's called Golden Bond Rescue. Okay. Golden Bond Rescue. Golden Bond Rescue. Golden Bond Rescue. Golden Bond Rescue. Golden
So we
Bond.
might go a little later tonight.
Okay, I think we are back.
Let me see. My Facebook's not on yet.
Should
be
coming up. Yeah.
All right.
So wait for Facebook to come up.
Well, so much for the. Hey, there we go.
All right. So we're
Reshare.
good. So let's reintroduce the show. Hello and welcome to Smoking Salads. I'm John Hill. We got Nick Woods next to me, Dean Andrews behind me, and Bubbles Bob screwing up the board. So we completely got Zuckerberged on this.
Yes, we did. We got Zuckerberg.
We got Facebooked on this. So for some reason, the board was not picking up any of our microphones.
None of
so
them.
we had to completely shut down my streaming software and relaunch the show. So in the beginning, you saw us all walking in with backpacks. We've been out backpacking all day, being an extension of Father's Day. We are going to smoke some cigars. While Nick starts to talk about the cigars that we're drinking or that we're smoking, we actually have some food that's probably now cold. I will be bringing that out to enjoy our Smoking Salads Father's Day feast. So I will talk about that when I bring it in. So I'm going to excuse myself now that I just got back on the show.
Don't
Yes.
forget spirit.
And yes, I will grab the spirit as well.
Yes.
Yes.
So anyways, without further ado, Nick's going to talk about what cigar we're smoking.
All right.
Oh, wait, hold on a second.
Oh,
For those of you, if you haven't liked or subscribed to the show, please do so in the bottom left-hand corner. If you love to have a show that always has problems at the beginning, we're the show for you.
yeah. It's never
And-
the same show twice.
And share it to your friends and family members and this or that. So let's get on with the
with what we're smoking tonight?
with what we're smoking and what we're drinking.
We are smoking the Fonseca from My Father's Cigars. Fonseca Cigars was established in 1892 in Cuba by Don Francisco Fonseca and continues as a diminutive brand by Habanos S.A. to this day. He is credited with having the idea to wrap cigars in both a tinfoil tube as well as a Japanese-style paper, both designed to protect cigars from damage. You okay over there?
Yeah, I held in that sneeze because that was going to hurt someone.
Outside of Cuba, Fonseca has always been produced by the Quesada family, debuting as the premier brand when the family opened the Matassa factory in Santiago, Dominican Republic in June of 1974. In December of 2019, my fathers purchased the Fonseca brand from the Quesada family and moved the production to their factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. Another fun fact is the Fonseca is a top 10 cigar aficionados cigar of the year.
Nice.
Top
For
10.
this
I think
year?
For 2021.
Okay. There you go.
So, what did you get on the pre-sniff?
So I wasn't getting much off the wrapper until I kept smelling it, kept going back to it. but I started to get a little bit of a, I got a little bit of the hay funk, but I also got a little bit of a sweetness kick that came through with like either a light, nutty, or leathery flavor. It was much like I was doing some taste testing of, shoot, I shouldn't say it. I want to say it anyway, but this is bad. Okay, I was doing some taste testing of some nuts before the show.
Oh, I bet you those nuts taste pretty good.
Yeah, I know. Hey, look, I said it was going to be, I knew I was walking to a trap. But
we just established
it
that
had a little bit of flavor. The smell of it had a little bit of the flavor that like a pecan has after you've been eating it for a little bit. There's a little bit of light sugar caramelness to it. And when I smelled the foot, I definitely got the barn funk and then the grassiness. But then when I smelled the head of the cigar after I cut it, there was a little bit more of the grassiness going through the head.
Yeah, I got a lot of the barn funk hay at the beginning when I was smelling the wrapper. Hey, John, welcome back.
Flip it, flip it, flip it, flip it,
Pivot,
flip her over.
Pivot.
All right.
So this right here is the tomahawk steaks that John and I cooked this weekend while camping at Lake Trillium.
Yep.
And that's what we were only able to eat one. We cooked 2 of them that night.
Oh my God.
Now reheating it, at least I didn't do much past medium, which is hard to reheat something to a cool temperature. So,
but this is good, and this is going to go well with the cigar.
So, John, what did you get on a pre-sniff, if you can remember?
barn funk, and then I was running around. So.
And you were running around.
All right. Well.
Let me relight this thing.
Oh, horseradish.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you know what? I want to hold off on the horseradish just because sometimes spicy food can completely annihilate your cigar.
This is true.
Agreed. So the tomahawk steak. So some of you saw my posting. We put some salt and pepper, some chipotle powder on there, some coffee grounds. Which coffee grounds we put in there?
Black Rifle coffee, baby.
Black Rifle coffee, and had it seared over an alderwood fire pit.
Yep.
And then just let it smoke there for about 40 minutes or so.
Heck, we should pull up a picture and show them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. If you follow, I think I posted it to the show. Otherwise, I will post it to the show. And yeah, got it to a perfect medium rare, and man, it was super tender. I mean, even though I, did some relatively quick heat on this, it's still super tender.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Even reheated, I would still take.
The flavor's
this.
amazing. The other stuff that I have here, also reheated, is Costco. When you go into Costco, you see that they're selling like roast chickens, not making any money on that. Now they do ribs.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's really good.
So,
anyways, flavors. What are you guys getting off the cigars?
right now, a rib.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of rib off the cigar.
Real meaty.
It's pretty meaty.
Got some earthiness to it.
And it's not the Dunbarton meat lovers either.
It's almost like a smoked or barbecue essence.
Yeah. All right. So let me.
But the
finish
cigar,
smelling.
now the cigar didn't taste, it did taste like the smell, but there were some other flavors I was getting from it. And you also get the body of it, which you're thinking by the smell, I didn't think it was going to be as strong as it is on the Retro Health.
I got lots of woody notes, some nuts.
I'm actually getting a little bit of caramel and maybe a hint of vanilla. I'm getting some sweet on the cigar.
Oh, yes. Eating the meat
is bringing out
the caramel. It's like a light caramel. Really, or a lot like that pecan that I had you eat.
So eating the ribs, I'm not really getting the caramel because his ribs got so much spice on there.
Right.
So, but I am getting that wood notes, some nuts, something creamy in there. You said vanilla, I think, but I'm gonna try it with my tomahawk.
Your tomahawk.
And we'll see what I get out of the tomahawk.
This is wrapped in a Nicaraguan shade-grown Corojo 99 Rosado leaf. The binder is Nicaraguan and the filler is Nicaraguan. The notes that you might have gotten
Technical difficulties.
Our light pepper with subtle notes of wood, leather, earth, and cream. We need a bottle opener.
The thing just twisted right off. Just boom, just came right off. We need a wine opener.
Do we?
Come on, John, you can do it.
Oh, there you go. Using the nails. I should have used my nails.
There you go.
Oh, I don't really have much nails, but you know,
I can
need
use
a little bit
mine.
to
Mine
dig
are
in there.
about an eighth of an inch long.
Welcome to Smoking Salads. We're the show is
Well, I mean,
never the
technical
same twice.
difficulties. That should be the theme. Smoking
Yeah.
salads where technical difficulties are abound.
Oh, we could just drill a hole in the bottom and just suck it straight from there, you know?
This cork is coming off.
Yes, it is. It will eventually.
No, I mean it's coming
Ripping.
off.
We
Yeah,
will
see,
eventually drink
that's why I
some
said
of
a
this
wine
Highland
opener.
Park.
Oh, we
Oh,
got
there
it.
we go.
Tell me what I need.
Don't tell me what I need.
All right, so what we are drinking is one of my personal favorites, the Highland Park 12-year Viking Honor Scotch Whiskey. Viking Honor reflects the unique culture of the remote island home of the Orkney, I'm going to get that wrong, islands off the north coast of Scotland. Part of Scotland, yes, but originally belonging to the vast Viking kingdom. At Highland Park, they honored the spirit of the Viking ancestors, sharing their pride and integrity. Stop. Oh, that's good. Integrity and fierce independence, and they distilled their award-winning whiskey to the same standards introduced in 1798 by the founder Magnus Jonsson, a descendant of those early Viking settlers. Color is glowing amber, and it was put in a natural cast. It's a natural cast-driven color. There are no additives in this.
Good.
You know, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to repeat that whole thing because I was too busy making num num noises.
Nom noises.
You know, you,
Highland Park, really good, made after
Named after a dude named Magnus.
named after a dude named Magnus.
Dude,
Magnus Jonsson.
he was a Viking dude.
or descendant of the Viking dudes. Oh my God, that tomahawk is amazing.
All right,
Yes,
well,
it is.
swirly the girly.
Oh yeah, let's make her dizzy.
Oh,
Wizzy.
and to Smoke Salads, and happy Father's Day to you too.
Hold on. Oh,
Bob.
Bob.
The bubbles. One of these days we'll actually have a show that actually starts out right.
Yeah, right? Maybe.
So yeah,
Maybe.
well this was a software
we-
glitch.
Yeah, that's a huge
So
one.
yeah, I had to basically restart the show, which is why we had no sound, and then I cut everybody out because I had to basically reboot to get the microphones to come up. So
Oh, that's
that was
nice.
that was weird.
That's a nice.
Yeah, thank God it wasn't the damn it Bubbles.
Oh yeah, it
Oh, it's
was.
still a damn it
Yeah,
bubble.
It's still
It's
damn
still
it bubbles. Yeah.
You touched something.
Let's ask the audience: is it damn it bubbles or is it not?
Survey
They're probably gonna
says.
blame me. So on the nose, I'm getting the peat. Definitely getting kind of that wood cask smell. I got a little bit of a spice on the nose.
Let's go back again here.
Yep, definitely a orangey, zesty spice
Yep.
right up front.
A little bit of that. There's a little bit of hay smell with this too.
A little
or
bit.
Vegetable smell.
Yeah, a little weedy.
I'm getting some peppery steak.
Yeah, I wonder
Pepper
why.
steak.
With a little hint of coffee
Now when
ground.
I tasted it, one of the sweetness that I got from it was like a clover honey or a lavender honey or something like that.
There's a honey,
But it's not a strong floral. It's not a strong
it's
floral.
like heather mixed
Yep,
with honey.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, like field flower. But yeah, like an orange zest,
Now
vanilla.
the second time trying
smoke.
it, you get more of the sweetness, and you get a little bit more of that orange, but it's almost like a lightly sautéed orange or a grilled orange.
Okay. So on the nose, according to the notes, you could get some slight floral scent with some pepper and spice. So I think we hit it pretty
There is spice in it.
close on the head.
Yeah, very
There you go.
floral. I would tip that orange to more like an orange peel zest or something.
Yeah, kind of like the stuff you got off the peel. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's the price point on these tomahawk steaks?
Dean picked it up So
I picked it up
berries.
at a place in Hillsboro called The Meeting Place. I would highly suggest everybody go in there. I went in there one time for just to get some bacon with restraint, and $75 later, I walked out with other stuff. It was $24 a pound, so after the 2 steaks, it was a little over $100.
yeah, you got 2 steaks, thinking we're gonna each eat one.
Yeah.
No.
These are beefy steaks.
Well, you can pick them up at Fred Meyer as well for about the same. The difference is Fred Meyer's
Quality.
doesn't. Yeah, well, the quality of meat is decent, but they don't trim off any of the fat.
Yeah.
So normally on a steak, yeah, you want some surrounding fat because that's where the flavor comes from, and then you can just trim it off
Yep.
afterwards. But on a tomahawk, in my opinion, you don't need it, and that creates a lot more challenge because you're trying to sear it, and they just create a problem for the rest of the time you're trying to slow cook it.
Yeah.
So on the taste for it, you're supposed to get some heather honey,
Okay.
rich fruit cake. I've never had fruit cake, so I can't pick that one out.
Yeah.
Winter spice, definitely. Seville oranges.
All right.
Aromatic smoky peat. And it's 80 proof.
Dude, seriously? I mean, because seriously, folks, we don't research this stuff. We didn't know what we were walking into. And I think we freaking nailed this bad boy.
I think we did.
Both of them. Both the
Yeah.
cigar.
Yep. And I wish there was well, I can't really smell because of my nose, but I'm pretty sure the steak
No,
smells
don't worry, we
good.
can smell you. After a day of
Yeah,
backpacking,
yeah.
you smell.
Oh, yeah. It's very manly.
All right, so I'm gonna try it with the steak. See what I get.
So I just did the cigar and the spirit. I get more of the smokiness. I mean, it probably helps I'm smoking a cigar, but I'm getting more of that campfire smoke out of the spirit.
Okay, I will say this much because we cooked the steak Saturday night, and so it's basically Saturday. But now that I'm actually starting to pay attention, I get more of that coffee flavor on the meat than we did that night.
Yeah, it's had a
Because
lot
we
of time
didn't
to
put
just
the
sit in
coffee
there.
we didn't put the coffee grounds on until it was a little over halfway done.
No, we were starting to sear both sides, and we said, "Ooh, we should put some coffee beans on it."
So for those of you actually wondering, the 3 of us did not go backpacking. John and Dean actually went camping this last Father's Day weekend. And you guys got back yesterday? Mm-hmm. And then I'm actually going on a kind of a bachelor's party backpacking trip on Thursday. So where were you guys at? Let's hear that story.
Well, we were at Trillium Lake, but we were camping on what you would call the
Wilderness side.
it's the north side of the lake, and it's the National Forest side of it.
Right. So there's no. You just
There's
find
no
yourself a spot
fees.
and camp out.
Yep, you just find a spot, and luckily enough, I got the same exact spot, which is one of the very first ones as you come around the lake into the forest area. But it was the exact same one that I camped out with some good friends of mine a couple years ago, or about a year and a half ago, and it was big and open. I brought my big, huge family tent, and
And it's not far from public facilities, which is
no.
very important when you're eating tomahawk steaks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so.
I don't know. I didn't have a problem with that.
Did you ever go?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he just keeps it inside him.
That's what I thought.
He's staring at this corpse like that's looking mighty
No,
good right
I
now.
would wake up in the morning, leave John to sleep in the tent. I'd grab my fishing pole, grab me some coffee, grab me a cigar, grab me a bottle of whiskey.
I think he went in the lake.
Never.
So
I don't know. I kept. There was more than dead fish laying on that lake that I kept kicking.
Yeah. There were
You
some
know,
dead fish.
the lake's like a natural bidet.
Yeah, it certainly is when you're doing that. No, please don't do that in the lake.
Yeah.
Peeing is one thing.
Yeah.
Not that I'm doing that either.
But we had fun. We had good neighbors. We don't really know what the fire truck came there for,
Yeah, in the middle of the night.
but we don't think it was anything that terribly bad. But
We had tolerable neighbors. We were not good neighbors. The first night we warned everybody, we're going to keep you up. We're going to be late. And Mr. Deaf over here, we had the music going pretty well until about midnight. But people were coming up saying, "Hey, did you hear that heavy metal music middle of the night?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was me." So, but the person closer to the lake from us, he had his 2 daughters and one of the daughters' husbands, and one of them said, "Hey, heard you guys, last song I remember hearing before I fell asleep was something from
Rage Against the
Against the Machine." And I'm like, wow, we
That
switched
was at
off
like
from Rage.
9:30. That was at like 9:30.
Yeah, we switched off the heavy stuff like, 9:30.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe she went to bed really early, but yeah, she's all up into, Rage. And we're like, all right, we'll make sure we play it doubly loud tonight.
Yeah.
There you go.
We didn't.
Then I cranked, well, we did when I cranked on the Depeche Mode. There was one song from Depeche Mode that I cranked up really loud.
So an interesting choice of music while we're smoking, drinking, and eating. We went everywhere from Depeche Mode to Rage Against the Machine to Metallica,
Yeah.
Megadeth.
To all that stuff. Like I say, and y'all asked me last week what my interests in music were, and they vary all over the place.
So I have a question just popped up on YouTube, and it's a question that I think a lot of us that follow you guys on Facebook want to know. Why the hell did you guys bring a bar? For those of you that don't know, we don't have a picture to show, but they brought over 22 bottles.
Yeah,
of
we had
different
22
liquors
bottles
on this trip.
Yep.
22.
We tried almost all of them. We didn't have the Macallan Estate. That was the one we didn't have.
Right, because we'd had that before.
And the Balcones Rye. We didn't drink the Balcones Rye either.
But, yeah, I mean, I brought 4.
But
Dean
we did
brought
have
like
the Garrison-
400.
We did have the Garrison Brothers, which was really good.
Garrison
And
Brothers is now for sale in Oregon and Washington. So
Is Garrison Brothers in Oregon? Because I haven't seen it yet.
I would imagine it would be.
It's not. Dude, trust me, I look every week.
So we've talked about it on the show. It's really good whiskey out of Texas. They've got 4 different expressions of it at Total Wine and More. So yeah, I saw that, and I walked into the liquor store to grab Wilderness Trail, which was the surprising one that we really liked.
Yeah, that was
new
so
one.
good.
I walked out $500 later. So I mean,
Well, you sent me the
stupid
pictures
Total
of.
Wine and More.
Yeah. Well,
So before you guys go on really quick, Eric's is drinking Buffalo Trace with Buffalo Trace. I think there's a cigar called the
Buffalo Trace cigar. Yes.
And then Dave Babcock is smoking the Buffalo Trace with the Rittenhouse Rye.
Yeah.
So, but I have to ask, because it was in the picture, and some of us have heard about it and want to try it, but how was that Ardbeg Scorch?
Oh my God, that was
I'd
good.
say let's hold off on
Yeah.
what we think.
Yeah.
We'll have it for a taster.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay,
so
that's
just
fair.
to let everybody know, Ardbeg does what's called like a committee release about 2 or 3 times a year. And so the one before this one, which is called Scorch, beautiful box. It shows like a dragon, a black dragon. They actually have a barrel toasting machine that is literally called the Dragon, and that's what it's called. The one prior to this was called the Ardbeg Arg, and it was more of a pirate setting and this or that. I think about a year and a half ago when we were in Montana, I bought a bottle of the Ardbeg Grooves.
Yep.
But you're expecting, on some of these expressions, you're expecting smoky peaty. Well, they're not necessarily that at all. The Grooves is not that peaty, although it's gotten peatier the less I have in the bottle. The Ardbeg Arg was okay, but this one
was really good.
was really good.
I don't want to say the flavors we got out of it. Let's.
Yep, we'll leave that, but really good.
In fact, I'm going to tell you that's going to be our taster next week. I was debating on the cigar and tequila because it is hot,
Right.
but that's
That
just
Scorch-
too good
the
to
Scorch?
wait till wintertime now.
So another question, because we are a cigar show, what did you guys smoke?
Oh, Jesus.
The question is, what
didn't
didn't
we
you
smoke?
smoke?
Okay, what out of all the sticks that you had, what was kind of a highlight stick of your trip?
Oh, well, it was the
The 175.
yeah, the H. Upman 175th anniversary.
Yeah, that was definitely a highlight. I mean, I smoked EP Carrillo.
I
Pledge,
smoked a Alma Fuerte, the Placencia Alma Fuerte.
Very nice.
The octagon
Yeah,
one,
the
the
big
big
Very nice.
octagon
Black
one.
and green band.
Black.
Okay.
It was
good.
black.
Yeah.
We
really
smoked
good.
a couple of HVC roses.
Oh,
which
those were really good.
So the Rosa will be what we're pairing that Scorched with next week. So, yeah, good full body cigar.
2 scotches in a row. I don't think we've ever done that before.
Oh, yeah, we have.
Oh, dude,
So-
we can do 3 if we want.
How
Yeah,
about
so
we
Because
keep
I'm
doing
after
scotches?
John. I got scotch.
Was hanging out with Ed Ryan and Rainier because Rainier was here for just kind of doing the Washington, Oregon tour. So went up on Wednesday and went to saw the folks at Stogies and Hops,
Okay.
and hung out there with those guys. Fine group of people. Hopefully some of them are watching the show now. If you are, hello. Stopped off at Rain City Cigar. Stopped off at Chance's place, Cigar Daddies, and then finally, finished up with Rainier and Ed at Brown and Sons. And so we went to grab something to eat, not realizing they actually had a charcuterie spread and chili and all kinds of stuff there to eat. And then I came back home and took off and went camping with you. So
Yeah.
it was a solid 4 or 5 days of drinking and smoking from sun up to way past sundown. So yesterday I did not smoke or drink anything. My body was like, no, you must stop.
Yeah.
You're like, but I want to. No.
And my wife's like, aren't you going to have your Father's Day whiskey and cigar? And I'm like, no.
I
No,
made it
I'm
up
not.
for that. I made it up.
And the thing is, I think the 2 cigars for our camping trip was going to be the creme de la creme. We didn't even smoke.
Yeah, there were so many other cigars we were
Yeah.
smoking with the different whiskeys. Because, I wonder what it tastes like with this whiskey. I wonder what it tastes like with that whiskey.
Well, so
And-
Dave Babcock wants to know whose idea was it to bring a bar camping?
Of course, dude, when you go camping with us, there will be a bar.
Well, you got to realize
brought a lot
with
of
2
bottles.
dudes camping, there's nothing to do at night but drink and smoke.
And start a fire and play music, yeah.
Yeah, and annoy your neighbors and spoon and wash dishes closely.
Very.
Watch the sunset. Oh, that was really cool. John and I, we were out floating on the lake, and the bald eagle flew right over us.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
That was really cool. Because that was the only time we saw the bald eagle that weekend, or at least that I saw. Now, we saw the ospreys. They were pretty consistent throughout the daytime. But to see the bald eagle, that was pretty cool. That was a...
Dean, John is going to kill me after the show for asking this.
Okay.
But what did you catch?
Caught rainbow trout.
When I was there, he was catching 2 things: Jack and shit.
Yeah, well...
You could
Yeah.
hear him across the lake. Come on, what the hell? What bait are you using?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, I did catch some rainbow trout.
We did
and
eat some
We
trout.
did eat it, and it was so nice because you ate the top of it, and the meat just came right off the bone. And literally, you just grabbed the spinal cord and just pulled the whole thing off, and then you could just eat the rest of it like a steak. It was so good.
Yeah. So yeah, I sat there for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you got guys to the right, 3 guys to the right
Oh,
of them.
God,
Just
yeah.
they're throwing their lines in, and
Yep.
every 5 minutes they're pulling out a
Yep.
keeper,
Yep.
rainbow trout.
Yep.
Is
Guy
that
left,
like jokers
same
to the
thing.
right, jokers to the
Yeah.
left?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Dean's in the middle, not
Dean's
catching,
in the middle.
not catching
and
a damn
no,
thing,
and that seriously wasn't.
not
But
catching
it
a
wasn't
Facebooking thing.
It wasn't until
Facebooking thing.
No, it wasn't until they were like, "No, dude, you got to put like 3 pieces of the power bait on there. You got to really make sure that your hook is floating." And I only had 1 on, and so my hooks were slowly sinking to the bottom. And the fish didn't. As soon as I did that, I started catching them. I caught 2 of them right after
When
that.
John wasn't looking, of course.
You
he
weren't
had gone back to the campsite.
you weren't
Yeah, I
using
wasn't-
Potsky's Red Ball eggs, were you?
I've
Nah,
never
he
even
was
heard
playing
those.
with his eggs.
So,
No, I had power bait. I was catching them. After that once I started putting 3 on.
so bringing it back. So, how does this cigar and spirit pair with the our meal of sorts, if you will?
I think it goes perfect with it. I think the cornbread, I was eating a little bit of the cornbread. I think the cornbread throws it off.
It did. I just ate that all at once.
The meal from the cornbread kind of stays in your mouth a little bit, and that flavor, that corn
a little too
milliness,
sweet.
It just, with the cigar, it's like,
Yeah, it's throwing me
makes
off.
a weird flavor in your mouth. So,
It was super sweet with the whiskey.
Yeah.
But, no, I mean, this is right up there with the meals that we were having. Lunch, breakfast, dinner.
dude, all of our meals were like,
We almost missed lunch, so it is kind of a good thing that Dean went fishing because he was supposed to bring lamb. And he couldn't find the lamb. So
But then the next day I did. I was looking for one specific container when I had actually put it in another one.
Yeah, I was about ready to cook breakfast and pulled out what I thought was the chorizo and looked at it, it's like, man, that's a lot of... Didn't you cook up the chorizo before you brought it? And he goes, oh, dude, you found my lamb.
Yeah.
So we never did have the lamb, but we did have some good salmon.
Yeah.
Or I mean, some good trout.
Good chorizo and eggs. We had chorizo and eggs for breakfast, and then we had, well, the first night, what did we have? We outside it, because that was when I thought I was looking for the lamb in the wrong container, so we didn't have that, so what did we use? I had plenty of other stuff that we could have cooked, so I forgot what we cooked for lunch that day. It was something quick. Oh, I cooked the fish.
Well,
We had the fish.
Yeah. I think the reason Dean stuck in that spot the entire time is because there were 3 girls who didn't wear thongs onto the little beach, but yanked them up like they were thongs.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of
So,
women doing that.
Extra bunchy. So
Dude, I was there
That was-
before
it
that
was-
girl
it was a
got
good
there.
view.
She's the one that came and sat down right and then started doing that. I was like, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm. So interesting view.
Lamb is people too, Lee says. Okay.
No, lamb
Yeah.
are not people.
Ryan
No.
says lamb lives matter.
Yeah, sure.
They do, because
they do. They
what
matter,
quicker way to get
especially
into my
when they're
belly?
cooked and seasoned properly, and I get to eat them.
I wouldn't know.
I know. It's okay. We got over it.
So
But
first
we
I'm
had
making fun of them. You
We
forgot
also
the
had
lamb.
steak. We had steak Friday night. We had a ribeye and a T-bone steak
Yeah, we
with
ate well.
broccolini. We had that with broccolini. I think that's all we had, right? Was it broccolini?
Yeah, because
Did
with
we
the
have
tomahawks,
anything?
I had caramelized up an onion.
Onions, and then we
and
had the
that were
asparagus.
also smoked over the alderwood.
Yep, we cooked that over to Alderwood.
Alderwood, courtesy of Bubbles.
Yep, Bubbles gave
Brought
us.
over 2 wheelbarrows full, and
quite
we
a
went
bit.
through every piece of it.
You know
And
what?
then
I
some.
didn't leave the little pieces that were left at the campsite. I took them home.
Did
So
you
I can-
really?
So I can cook with them again.
Bastard.
Yep, that's
We had
right.
to use some pieces to level off our table.
Oh yes, we did.
And I think we've got a good camping idea.
Oh yeah.
We should not say anything about it.
No, we're not going to say anything about it.
You took some used wood home, huh?
Yeah. it was
Yeah, we
used wood.
got tired of playing with
It
his
was
wood.
used by
he
Alder.
Used your wood. Bob, he was playing with your wood.
Well, I think it did a good job cooking the steaks.
It
All
did a
the
good
wood
job cooking
steak
all of our
tastes
food that
really
we cooked
good.
over it. Yeah. And I also brought wood lumped oak charcoal that we use as well.
Would you expect nothing less from you and I cooking
No.
anything?
Yeah, no. I damn near came close to buying a package of smoked salmon too. Because I'll tell you what, people, if you've never had smoked salmon with cigars, I mean, that's a very good pairing combination.
All right, so with the food and the drink, this has been a plethora of, I get some smokiness out of this, I
Yeah.
get some woodiness out of this, I get some sweetness out of this, and it depends on what I'm eating and pairing it.
There's earthy notes.
There's like every time I take a drag out of this thing, it's like something different.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the fun thing about smoking and eating. Now,
Yeah.
I don't normally smoke and eat, but because it's like, and then you end up overeating because you're just like, I want more of that, more of that, more of that.
Yeah.
But
So.
yeah, even when we're camping, we kind of put our cigars down and we were drinking, but we're just really just taking our time, enjoying the food and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
from the pictures, it was fantastic weather.
Oh yeah, there wasn't a single cloud in the sky all day long.
So
Yeah.
no, I'm super excited for my backpacking trip because we're gonna be me and 2 coworkers, a former coworker and a coworker. We're going up to Indian Heavens Wilderness
Oh yeah,
up in Washington.
it's a good spot.
Yeah, from what I've heard from multiple people, PCT. For those that don't know what that is, that's the Pacific Crest Trail. Goes up from Canada all the way down to Mexico. But
Along the Cascades.
But Washington's side of the PCT is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And when I went there last time, we stayed at a lake called Bear Lake, and I got my first introduction to the Sasquatch myth.
Oh, yeah?
I actually saw and have a picture on my phone of Sasquatch footprint.
and it's all blurry.
Nope. Nope, my foot was actually in the footprint when I took the picture.
We actually spent one night at Frog Lake, and you're not supposed to camp next to Frog Lake. You have to camp like off it because everybody would be around the lake and peeing and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. So
That's
we
the- that's
were
the-
sitting there, and at this point we ran out of blister pads. It was October, and the temperature up at Goat Rocks was over 90 degrees. And so your feet are swollen and sweating and everything else, so we're all using my duct tape. So park ranger comes up, sees our tent set up there, and he sees us all doing surgery work on our feet, the duct tape and stuff. He's like, yeah, you guys aren't supposed to, what are you doing? It's like our feet are blistered so bad because of the heat, we ran out of blister pads that we're now using duct tape. Yeah, okay, you're not supposed to stay here, but I can see you're not moving the rest of the night, so just stay where you're at.
Yeah, there you go.
Just get off the trail when you can.
Dean, you got any good stories?
About camping?
Camping,
No,
backpacking?
not really. I mean, I went camping once with a group of friends, and we went camping up in Tennessee. For those of y'all who don't know, I was born and raised in Texas, but there was no, not really. I mean, the one couple that was there on the trail, they got to see a bear because we were eating by the stream, and apparently the bear could smell the oils from the nuts and the
Smell your nuts?
jerky that had been left on the rocks from the oils from the meat,
Yep.
and they got to see a black bear that was there. But outside of that, I mean, it was it's not really funny, but we went from 600 feet to 1,200 feet on the last final day, and the majority of that was literally in the last 4 miles.
That's not bad.
So,
And it was pretty effing steep.
That's
And
600 feet in 4 miles. That's not steep at all.
oh well.
So we have a question.
Yes. What's the question?
Now, somebody typed in, so John and Dean were staying in the same tent?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a 9-person tent. He
Were
had
you-
an air
were you
mattress and I had
spooning?
it. No, he had an air mattress and I had an air mattress.
We were not spooning. We were
No
definitely,
spooning.
maybe, possibly, cannot
Lee
confirm or deny
and
that
Craig.
we were forking, but not
Lee
spooning.
and Craig. I know who it is. It's Lee and Craig are like the spoon masters over there.
So we were not feeding your pornographic fantasies.
So you were
so we're
forking,
not gonna.
not spooning.
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go.
So you could take that and masturbate with it, I guess.
But anyway,
Only Craig.
we got to the top of this one ridge, and we literally had like a half a mile left, but we could see the car and everything. But we were also exhausted and tired for doing this long trek on the very last day. I think it was like 12 miles we did. So we're all laying down, we're sleeping, and then my best friend George goes, "Hey, Dean." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "There's a deer right next to you." And I said, "Yes, if he doesn't stop making noise, I'm going to get up and punch him." And I guess that was about the funniest part of the whole thing. Really. It was very uneventful. We had lots of fun. We had lots of fun backpacking and everything.
So when I went backpacking the first time, just after me and my coworkers saw the Bigfoot print, we had a raging fire going on, and there was this I don't know, wives getaway or something like that. Like it was wives from Seattle, all over Washington. That
Why would wives want to get away?
I
Hang
don't
out with
know.
other wives.
I don't know. It doesn't
I
make
don't get it.
sense.
You had a raging fire?
Raging fire. It was like you had to stand up
Like
at
a
10
raging
feet.
fire.
Yeah, it's because he was stuck in the hen house
How
with all
about
these
pass
women.
me over that Highland raging bottle?
But anyways, so
Jamie's gonna smack me next time I
We
see her.
were-
She's watching.
we had this fire going, and these ladies were standing out in the rain.
Raging fire.
It was
Sure did.
torrential downpour.
Yeah,
When
so
we
it's a
went-
wet T-shirt contest.
There was no white T-shirts. I'm sorry. They were all wearing raincoats. It doesn't work that way.
well.
And you had your raincoat on.
I had no coat on. I was freezing.
That's not what I mean.
Oh yes.
But he had a raging fire
We had a raging fire.
in the
Called
rainstorm.
Raging crotchage. Raging
Yes, he
fire
did,
down
folks.
below.
Raging fire.
Anyways, they came over and they're like, "Hey, oh god, this is gonna just go be bad all
Come on, you got a nice
All
fire.
right,
Come on,
okay.
baby, let's
No,
go
no,
with
so-
it. You got some
so
nice heat over here
No,
by your
ladies,
legs.
they're like, oh my gosh, that's a really big fire. Can we come over and get around your fire? We're like, yeah, that's fine.
Get around my fire, he
So
said.
they
Get
came
on around
stood
it.
Around a fire. I told them about Bigfoot, and they all like got up and left and went over to see the footprint
Okay.
because they were all Bigfoot enthusiasts. And then we're just sitting there going,
Well, you're
cool.
You're a girl wrangler, aren't you?
Now, did you check
No,
their?
it was-
Now,
Wanna see
wait,
something
wait,
cool?
wait.
Go way
Did you
over
check
there.
Did you check their backpacks for a footprint Bigfoot mold that they put in the ground?
No.
So that therefore you would think it's a Bigfoot.
No,
Right.
but when I will show you this photo.
That's
afterwards.
exactly what happened, folks. That's all we have to say about it.
I was gonna say if somebody had to, because someone had to have come in the middle of the night because me and my coworker were up until like 9, 10, 11 or 12 at night. And like we could see all the lights.
Wait. Is the Bigfoot, did you have a raging fire before you saw the Bigfoot or after?
After, dude.
Oh, he likes those big feet now, folks.
Next time we go camping, we're going to bring ourselves some Bigfoot molds.
Yeah,
and we're
there
going to
you
listen
go.
to some Rage. Bulls on parade! We're going to Bulls on parade! All the way to the lake.
Yeah, but if you
Show
tell
some
the
hair in
girls
there.
about it, they get up to go and look at the big feet.
That's right.
Or you could call yourself Bigfoot.
And we'll have it lead out of somebody's tent. Like, have it go all around their tent in the middle of the night. And then
Yeah, there you go.
When they wake up in the morning, what the hell?
Or you could just put one footprint going in this direction and then another one going in that direction. I'm like,
right.
wow, I wonder why you only see one. Well, his leg was missing.
And when they wake up,
He
you
was
guys
a
hear that?
one-footed Bigfoot.
You guys
He was
see,
he
you
was
guys
a
see
hop-along.
Bigfoot last
Yeah.
night? You hear all that Rage Against the Machine?
He was a hoppa-squatch.
That was Bigfoot.
That was Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
That's
He
why
was
they don't
raging.
call them big feet.
That's right. It's just 1 foot and one normal
It's
size foot.
the hide and seeks champion of the world.
There you
Quarantine
go.
champion of the world,
There you
if you
go.
will.
All right, let's get back to this cigar, gentlemen.
So, really quick, the price point of the cigar is about $10 to $12. And the Scotch was $55.
So I do like the label that they've remastered on this cigar. I mean,
Yeah.
before it was a simpler the Fonseca.
Yeah.
Or Fonseca.
Yep.
Time out really
I
quick.
do like that my fathery look to it now.
Yeah.
So it sticks out more.
Time out really quick. Dean, it has been requested by the audience that you stop leaning into your mic. You're hurting their ears.
Well, once before, y'all were saying I wasn't talking loud enough, so there
Well,
we
then
go.
that's Bob's problem. He has to adjust
All
to
right, how's that?
right.
Okay, here's the test. How's that? Is that good enough?
How's
find
this?
out.
Is this
Perfect,
better
they
for us
turned
to be
them off.
talking like this all the time? No. Dean kept doing that to me all weekend.
Hey, Mr. Ryan Pulse, you're the only one with a 3-foot penis in their backyard.
That's not actually his. It's wood, and it's not attached to him, so he has no claim to it.
I said A,
Okay.
not
It's in his backyard, dude.
Yeah.
It's in his backyard,
Right.
but that dude
It's near his back door.
But that
it's ready
guy,
to be
he's like, I've got a
readily
3.
used.
Ryan's always like, I've got a 3-foot penis, man. It's like, no, you don't.
I
You have
think
a
we should-
statue. It
No
doesn't
wonder his
count.
neck hurts.
Well played, Bubbles.
You know what, Bubbles? You redeemed yourself. Well done. That was beautiful.
Oh, I
Yes.
wouldn't say he's redeemed himself.
I give him credit.
I did give him credit.
So what
He's
do you
always
guys
in
what do you guys think of? Do you think the Scotch and the cigar are worth the price point? Like if someone was to come up to you and be like, hey, I'm thinking about buying this Scotch and this cigar, would you say, yeah, no, totally, that's a great price for that?
This is an excellent pairing. This cigar, for the price point, even the whiskey is always really good for that price point. It hasn't caught up to everybody else who's really jacked up the prices yet, which is surprising. So it's still a really good Scotch, and it's a milder peat. So, I mean, if you're afraid of Scotch, or you're just wanting to get into Scotch, it's one of your kind of introductory ones. Cause
Yeah,
it's
I
not,
was actually.
it's
Yeah,
not super
that's what I would
peaty.
say. This Scotch here might be a good introductory Scotch for.
Well, I'll tell you, if you ever see a picture of Orkney Islands,
Oh, I dig it, right?
you'll go, how in the hell did they make a Scotch there?
Oh, yeah.
Because it is rainy. The weather there during the summer is not
Well,
very good.
what they're doing is they're
Called
taking
a warehouse.
They're taking
But
boats
it
and they're
is,
going over to Islay and they're stealing their whiskey and then bringing it over and
Yeah.
aging
Hi-
it
Highland
there.
Don't give away
Park's,
the secrets. We're gonna be monetized.
Highland Park's distillery is huge. It's
Yeah.
a big distillery.
I'm sure it is.
Well,
Can't miss
they
it.
sell, I don't know how many bottles they sell a year, but it's definitely in the millions.
And
So
the
it's,
thing is, when they peat their barley, they dry their barley with the peat. They use there's a moor right there, about a few miles from the distillery, that they source all this peat from, and the actual moor is over 9,000 years old.
Yeah.
And they've only dug down to about 4,000 years to get the peat. And it gives it a distinct flavor that they get
Yeah.
nowhere else in Scotland.
It's definitely a sweet smoke as opposed to, the Isleys and the Ardbegs and the Lagavulins and stuff, which is a seaweedy.
It's because the peat is literally it's just decaying vegetable and dirt matter. Is what it is.
Yeah.
And the thing is that and people are like, oh, why would you use that to roast or dry out a grain?
Decayed dirt.
Well,
matters.
go to Highland and see if you see very many trees, people. There's not very many trees, and that's what people use for firewood and to cook with. And there is one spirit that John, but we're going to have to wait till 2023.
22 or 23?
2023. I checked the date. 2023. But there is a single malt spirit that's coming out of Washington State in 2023, where they went into, well, I don't know if he did or not, but the film that they showed them going into the forest, and this whole blend is supposed to be very earthy and it's supposed to be peaty. But I do know that the head distiller, he does have contracts with certain farmers in Washington State, and
they own peat bogs.
they have peat bogs, and they actually this distillery actually does their own peated single malts and everything.
Well, they've been
that is from
doing
Washington
that
State.
for years,
Yeah.
but this one is highlighting the peat.
Yes.
You just have to wait for
and
it.
even the one, the Garyana that we had this weekend, that peat came from Washington. Everything came from Washington State.
Yeah.
Grain, the barrels. Garyana is actually the native species of oak trees that grow in the Pacific Northwest.
You actually avoid a lot of distillation taxes when
I
you
know,
when
and
you
that-
source in your state.
But he also wanted everything to be like homegrown.
Yeah, the hardest part
And that
is
was his whole theory.
the hardest part is the sugar. I mean,
Yeah.
there are sugar plantations in Washington, but they don't produce enough that most distillers can take advantage of, and that's the highest tax.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
it's always a challenge being a distiller because you're like, yeah, I want to do my own stuff, but when you come commercialize, it's like taxes and taxes and taxes and
Yeah,
taxes.
and-
Most people don't know that in the Olympic National Forest up in Washington,
Exactly.
it is a rainforest.
Yes, it is.
Which gets a lot of the temperate rain that they get in Scotland. And there are actually peat bogs
Yep.
up in the whole rainforest, which is on the west side of the Olympics.
Yep.
Bob with the geographical lesson.
If
Way
you
to
if you go to Westland Whiskey Distillery website, if you click on the Outpost selection, it has the Garyana, the Colère, and the Solemn, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
And the Solemn is the one that's coming out in 2023. The Colère is out now, but we need to hurry up and get a bottle.
Yeah.
We need to really seriously, because they really do not make very many of these. There might be maybe 3,000 bottles.
You can
of
buy
the-
it just
of the
after
Solemn.
Dean and I get our hands on them.
Yes, definitely.
So, all right.
After
so
we
we're
buy all of it.
running a little over because we did have that screw up. So, thanks for hanging out with us. We
So,
appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you share the show.
Yep.
But before we go off, let's can you remind the folks what we will be doing next week?
Yep, HBC, the La Rosa is the one that we're smoking next week. So for those of you that were in Washington, in Oregon, and we're lucky enough to hang out with Rainier.
Oh my gosh.
That's the cigar. It's a nice full-bodied cigar, and we'll give you more details about it. But I think that one's going to go. I was thinking tequila because it's going to be another hot one, but a lot of people want to know what we thought about the Scorch. They want to see the Scorch, so I think we're going to do some Scorch.
Cool. So before we go, though, I have a really funny story. So Rainier came and hung out at the Ogre Lounge in Milwaukee on Friday night.
Cool.
While you guys were, and so we got to try some HVCs, and we had a big group, and so we played a little bit of Jackbox games. We played Quiplash.
Did you
Man.
challenge him in cornhole? Because he's pretty good at it.
We did not have a cornhole. We did not have any cornhole.
Come on,
boards.
Eric, get a cornhole
I
set.
thought he did.
Well, no, but on that note, we are making one. So our good friend Dan Numbers is going in and out of making it, not making it from his stroke, and we're actually going to make a cornhole board with Sasquatch on it, but we're going to turn it into a Saka Squatch with the cigar in the mouth. And on the bottom of one board it will say Dan, and on the bottom of the other board it will say Numbers, and on the back of the boards it will say how long he's been a member of PNCC.
Nice.
So it'll be a nice little thing. But it was really funny because we were playing a game of Quiplash, and Rainier wasn't doing great, and so he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna do Spanish. One of the questions, I beat, my answer was paired with Rainier's. I did a Spanish answer, he did an English answer. I beat Rainier with a Spanish answer. I was like, he was like, well done. Yeah, I would have voted for that too.
Yeah, I heard the story because Eric's didn't invite me over.
Oh.
He didn't invite me and Ed and.
I
were
wonder
camping.
why you were not.
Yeah, we were busy having fun, blasting music and eating steaks and having a campfire.
and getting trashed.
Generally just being an a-hole to everybody around me.
I don't think we got dude, you don't want to
No.
get trashed on our liquor, man. It's too
Well,
expensive.
My
Good.
One thing I hate about sleeping in tents is you have to get up, especially when you're drinking a lot. You have to get up like 5 times to pee.
No,
in the
I
middle
don't
of the night.
remember doing
You
that at all.
have
No,
to Zuckerberger.
Dean, who's well known for peeing every 5 minutes once she opens that cork.
Yep. Once he breaks the seal.
Yeah,
he's
that was
gone.
me.
That is
That was
beer,
definitely
gentlemen.
me.
That is beer and not liquor.
So Friday night, we pass out about midnight, and
Yep.
about 2, I got to get up and pee, and I'm just not going to be able to hold it in. So I get out, and I can't find my sandals, mostly because I've been drinking, and they're right next to my bed. So I find his shoes, sandal thingy, so I put those on. I step 1 foot out of the tent. I'm just out of the tent, and I fall right into the tent. I'm surprised I didn't knock that thing down. Dean doesn't say anything. There's no like ha ha ha. There's
Nope.
nothing. So I get up right away and I go pee. Now when I'm peeing, it's like a weekend. I'm out there for like 5 minutes. It's like it's like you can fall asleep. So I said something like, "Oh yeah, I was there to witness it. You fell into the tent." But the other night, I mean, I didn't even want to go that far. I really had to go. I've been holding it for so long. And so I just took like 10 steps away from the tent. And Dean's like, did you go to the bathroom and like
Take a dump?
Take a dump? Because you were gone for like a half an hour. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I was peeing the entire time, dude. So with that, thank you for watching Smoking Salads.
Cheers,
You guys
gentlemen.
continue to enjoy your salads while you're smoking them and enjoy your whiskeys. And we will see you next week.
Oh,
Thanks
and we're going to
again.
be doing Brook Lottie Barley the week after John does. So we're going to do 3 weeks of scotch, baby.
Woo! That's right, it's a Scotch summer. Good night, everybody.
It's already over with.
Yeah.
Bob showed us down. I saw it disappear from
No,
my
I'm actually
phone.
sweating.
Oh, no, I'm sweating. I'm like,
By the way,
mother,
when it comes to cooking, I won't forget. However,
Still have that thing.
don't have to say.
I told him that I could
I'm
make
a cigar man.
That is better. That's
What did I say? Better?
no, I changed it.
I think he should go for
I'm
the
a
best.
cigar man.
Oh, he gave me the best damn French toast on my life.
Yeah, with the bacon and the...
Bigger your baby.
Well, there was a Mary and Berry.
Yeah, the-
know I'm smoking.
That was